My name is Kevin Dade, band director here at JCMS. I recognize a lot of faces and some I don't know, so thank you at any rate for being here tonight to hear our outstanding 8th grade band. This is a very emotional night for me because this is finishing up my 3rd year here at JCMS. And in 14 years of teaching, I don't know if I've created a more special attachment to my students because my first year here was their first year here. And I know a couple moved in here and there, but overall these are students, we started from scratch, and I got back into teaching middle school after teaching 10 years of high school, and realized how much I enjoyed starting these students from the very beginning on their journey in music. And they have grown so much as people, as musicians, and what has made it so special for me has not been that they're great musicians, it's because they're great people. And you parents are tremendously to thank for that in raising these young men and women to be terrific people, to be respectful, to be considerate of others, to work hard, to not complain, to do what they need to do, how they're supposed to do it. And it's just been so fun and easy to teach them because of that. And teachers are always appreciative of that, certainly. It's been quite an interesting year, considering their last concert was in December of 2019, considering all of the events that occurred after that that prevented, obviously, any type of in-person school for a while. And then when we came back in August, we were in our Plan B, which was pretty radical. That's what's wonderful about Onslow County Schools is we have great teachers, we have great school system, great support system in order to make all this work. These students had band all the way up until spring break. They had band 1 day per week, which I know most of you already knew. But let me tell you, in order to gain traction and flow and move forward and retain what it is that we work on with 1 day is really hard at any grade level. But the students pushed hard and they found their stride and they were able to grow into an outstanding, strong 8th grade program, and they are going to do wonderful things in high school band. I'm looking forward to hearing them there. It's important to understand the journey that they've had. I won't get in too much detail, but what we do need to remember is up until about mid-January, the students had all of their playing time in class outdoors because wind musicians instruments were not allowed to be played inside. And that was extremely challenging to push chairs and music stands outside every day. We had some trees that we were underneath, these willow oaks that have these little acorns that boop, on your head. It's always fun. Never really know what the weather's going to be like. If it's raining, then we can't play that day because, we can't go outside. Sometimes we would go under that front canopy in front of the school and play. I had some video footage of students trying to play and it's raining and it's windy, their stands are blowing over. Just all kinds of crazy things they dealt with. These crazy geese in our neighborhood coming and interrupting us from time to time, honking their little horns at us was always interesting. But at any rate, they pushed through and they did not complain one time. That was what was so tremendous about all of it. I was very frustrated with all of it. It was very hard to sit there and say, well, we're going outside every single day with my pasty white skin out there in that sun. It's okay, you can laugh. But we did it, and the students did it. I say we, it was them. I told them what to do, but they did it, all right? The final little fun fact that I'm going to throw at you guys tonight, which is tremendous to consider, is that until spring break, they had band 1 day per week. This is a 180-day school year, and we're on day 174. We're almost there, guys, all right? But they have had band 48 days this school year. That would equate to them being somewhere in the range of about late October in the school year. And they sound well beyond what I expected out of an 8th grade band with the amount of time that they had. And they need a tremendous round of applause for that. Yes, incredible. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to let you guys hear, show them off a little bit for you. This is a piece of music that I put in front of them a while ago, just simply because it was pretty and it was fun and it was a challenge for them, and they really stepped up to it. I want to recognize somebody firsthand before we play, and that is this really, really, really tall student in the back who is not in the 8th grade. Our snare drummer, unfortunately, could not be with us, so this is David Smith, who is a junior in the Northside High School Band program, an outstanding musician, and he agreed to step in kind of sort of towards the last minute and cover our snare drum part to hold us together. So, David, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you. Not to put the pressure on anybody, but David has not rehearsed with us at all. So it'll be fine. The students know the music, he knows the music, it's going to be great. This is a piece of music tied beyond, it's called Beyond the Seven Hills. We hope you enjoy it. Outstanding. Thank you so much. Well, wonderful job, students. I want to make sure I get some thank yous in before we carry on. First of all, I wanted to make sure that we cover everyone involved that makes this possible. First of all, the parents. I want to thank you again for supplying us with these outstanding young men and women that just make my life just a wonderful place when I come to work. And I have looked forward to teaching these classes with these students for 3 years now, and I'm very sad that that's coming to a close, but they must move on. Life must go on. They must go to the next level, and I'm so proud of them. I'll be shouting their names when I see them marching out on that field in that marching band next year, performing in that concert. It's very exciting. I want to make sure that I thank those right here in this institution that help us make these things possible. I want to thank the teachers and the administration here at JCMS, our principal, Mr. Eamon, assistant principal, Mrs. Lawrence, Mr. Cole, for all of their wonderful support of the arts and the band program here and allowing these things to take place. I want to thank the teachers that were here tonight to help us with taking temperatures, collecting tickets, wiping, disinfecting chairs and bleachers and everything. That's why you have a nice, lovely, faint smell of Clorox. It's because everything is nice, squeaky clean. All right, as instructed by our Onslow County guidelines. I want to thank Onslow County Schools, Dr. Lisa Peel, Director of Cultural Arts Initiatives, and here in Onslow County for allowing, and really supporting the art programs and making sure that we have everything that we need and taking care of business when it needs to be done. Wonderful support from the county office. I want to thank the band director, my dear friend, longtime colleague and friend at Northside High School for his support and also for supplying me with an outstanding musician to help us tonight. If you would please, a brief round of applause to thank Mr. Aaron Kingsbury, Director of Bands. We've known each other for about 11 years now, I think, and a few years ago we lassoed him from Pitt County and got him over here into Onslow County. We're so glad he's here with us. It's a wonderful relationship. We love working with him, and you guys are going to have a lot of fun working with him next year. I want to thank my wife and my children for their support and patience and grace with me as I pull what's left of my hair out, trying to make sure everything is ready for these students and these concert events, because it means so much for me to make sure that they are properly recognized and get the attention and accolade that they certainly deserve. So thank you to all of you that make this possible. But more than anybody, I need to thank these students. I can't tell you what you've meant to me, and I'm really going to miss you a lot. I love you guys. It's been so much fun, and your charming personalities have really, really touched me. This isn't the end. I'll see you a lot moving forward, but just thank you. Could you give these students another round of applause, please? Before we play our last selection, I do have a few students I need to recognize. This year, I guess it was early to mid-February, Dr. Peel from the county office contacted all of us, band directors, chorus teachers, and orchestra teachers, and said, we are going to try to have our annual Onslow County Schools Honors, all-county honors band, chorus, and orchestra events where selected students from each of the middle schools and high schools in the county put together this honors ensemble to learn music and have a performance. The performance was done with no audience because we had not gotten the limited audience approval yet. That didn't come out until May the 3rd. But we at first thought she was crazy. Like, how are we going to do this? I mean, there's so many, this and that, and we followed a very strict guideline of restrictions, and the students had an outstanding Onslow County Schools videographers came in and did a wonderful job creating the video of them doing their all-county concert, and they just sounded incredible. They learned, was it 4 pieces of music in about a day and a half, and performed it and just sounded outstanding. And I wanted to recognize those students with just a little certificate for their participation in All County. So when I call your name, if you would just come up briefly so I could recognize you and hand you your certificate for All County Band. On clarinet, Darian K. Turner. And there it goes. Thank you. You can sit down. Yeah, thank you. On clarinet, Elizabeth Anderson. Great job. Thank you. Also on clarinet, Tiffany Guerra Cruz. Great job. Thank you. On alto saxophone, Kiera Vanderbrake. Also on alto saxophone, Lucas Jamelis. On the baritone saxophone, Ms. Christina Gordon. On trumpet, Jacob Nonaka. Good job, buddy. Thank you. And on trombone, who is not with us tonight, but please give him a round of applause, Noah McQuain. The selection process to get into that band is very challenging. Sometimes I can get in all the students I want. I would have put every single one of you in there if I could have, because they were all fully deserving to be in that band. Sometimes people give out outstanding musicianship awards and things like that. And I tell you, we would have broken our bank if we would have given out that kind of such, because I would have just showered you guys in gold, because you all deserve the sun and the moon and the stars and the rainbow. So once again, thank you to the students. Our final selection tonight has very special meaning because of the lyrics in the song. I was going to read them to you here in just a moment. It is from the motion picture, The Greatest Showman, which has a lot of beautiful music in it. And the music is titled A Million Dreams. I wanted to just read you guys some of the lyrics, because it really, it's about a journey moving forward and wanting to find that dream and grab a hold of it and run with it. I close my eyes and I can see the world that's waiting up for me. That I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's going to take. Whatever dreams these students have, I'm absolutely convinced they can come true, because they're such wonderful people. So again, thank you all for just being a dream come true to teach, because you really have been special. And I can't thank you enough. Bless you, sir. And we're going to play our final selection for you. Once the students are finished performing this selection, I am going to ask for their help for a few minutes. Parents, if you don't mind, please, because we have a lot of stuff that needs to get out of this gym. We're going to ask the students to help stack chairs and stands and roll some equipment back to the band room, if you guys don't mind. If you have to leave, we understand, but as many that can stay as possible, we would much appreciate that. So thank you all again for joining us tonight. Thank you for your support, and this is A Million Dreams.